He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Story Time. Happy Wednesday. I hope that it is a good one for you. Thank you so much for being here with us. And one thing I think I haven't checked, it's been cold out here in the Bay for sure, but I haven't checked the weather of late. Really be more accurate. But it is cold out there. So if you're in the Bay, just be sure to grab that jacket as you go on out. And I know it's been different. Different kinds of weather happening all over the country and of course around the world. So just be sure to check those weather apps and see how they can be helpful as you go out and plan your day. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Story Time. And talking about measuring things, right? Weather, temperature, whatever it is, we're here today with a treasure. This one fast becoming a staple of many bookshelves, a treasure of measures. I really love this one, and I hope that you can. I hope that you love it too, and I hope that you can get to enjoy this one with us here on Storytime. It is written by Mike Downs and illustrations by HWANG RUIZ, and we're reading it with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. A treasure of measures. Thank you indeed for being here with us on Storytime today. Let us know where you're joining in from, and if anybody else is joining in with you, let us know who is there with you. And glad to be here. It is absolutely freezing in here today. Forgot to turn on the heat on time. But this is exactly what I need. This book is exactly what we need to warm us up. Thank you so much for being here with us today on Storytime. And Henry out there in Massachusetts, sending you love, and hopefully you're feeling a lot better today. And to everybody that's been joining in Storytime, well, thank you for being here. And of course, if you're here live, thank you for being here. Good morning to you. How are you doing? And of course, if you're joining us later on for the recordings, well, thank you for being here as well. And absolutely appreciate you being here. Leave us a message. Let us know you were here so we can say hi to you as well. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Kathy Keith, how are you doing today out there in Ohio? Hopefully not too cold, not crazy cold. Thank you. Oh, spoke too soon. It is freezing out there in Ohio. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for being here with us on Storytime. Well, you and I can get warm together here on Storytime with this amazing book, A Treasure of Measures. Thank you indeed for being here. And Luna, how are you doing as well? Sending your love out there in Ohio. Thank you indeed for being here. Please get comfortable, get cozy, get ready as we'll be getting started with our book very, very shortly. Thank you so much for being here. And yes, to everybody out there too, I hope that you're enjoying the books that we've had so far. And of course, we have many more to go. Well, 2 more this week, but of course, we're hoping to be here for many, many more weeks after that. Thank you so much for joining us. I'll see you on the other side of this very short break when we're back with more story time. Thank you for joining in.
Hi, my name is Zetta Elliott, and I am the author of 40 books for kids, including Dragons in a Bag and A Place Inside of Me. You're watching Storytime with Mr. Limata.
Yes, indeed. Welcome back. Thank you. Thank you for joining us here today on Storytime. Yeah, glad we're here. Zeta Elliott, amazing books. And I do have a brand new book. Well, it's been out a minute now from Zeta Elliott that I've been meaning to bring and share with you all. So I hope that we can do that next week. I'll plan for that for next week so we can bring that book. Beautiful book indeed. And as you know, Zeta Elliott just creates amazing books. So cannot wait to share that one with all of you. Thank you for being here. And yeah, glad we're here together for another amazing story. Ah, Luna, good morning to you. Oh, big hug for you. I'm glad you're here with us, and I hope you enjoy this one today. Thank you for being here. Oh. A Treasure of Measures, written by Mike Downs, illustrations by Joy Wang Ruiz, and reading this one with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. The Treasure of Measures. Mike Downs, Joy Wang Ruiz, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Yeah, are you ready? All right, here we go. Ticks of a clock measure seconds of time. Marks on a ruler show inches of line. Ounces on scales reveal a weight. Calendars measure the year by each date. Yeah. Did you know that, Luna? Yeah. Ticks of a clock measure seconds of time. Marks on a ruler show inches of line. Ounces on a scale reveal a weight. Calendars measure the year by each date. The measures of science are very precise, each counted or marked with the proper device. But how about getting some measuring done in ways that are wildly and wonderfully fun? I like the sound of that. Yeah, the measures of science are very precise, each counted or marked with the proper device. But how about we get counting? We get some measuring done in ways that are wildly and wonderfully fun. Let's do it. We rush through our lives in our cars and in planes, on bicycles, sailboats, scooters, and trains. Miles per hour can tell us our speed, but what other measure could cover this need? What do you think? Yeah, what other measure could cover that need? Yeah. We rush through our lives in our cars and planes, on bicycles, sailboats, scooters, and trains. Miles per hour can tell us our speed, but what other measures could cover this need? Yeah, what other measures? On boats, we might count every snap of the sail. On trains, every clank of the clattering rail. On planes, view the landscape that's drifting below. On bikes, feel the whooshing of wind as we go. Ah, yeah. 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 On boats, we might count every snap of the sail. On trains, every clank of the clattering rail. On planes, view the landscape that's drifting below. On bikes, feel the whooshing of wind as we go. Yeah. A flurry of raindrops erupts from the sky. A drizzle. Or is it a storm passing by? Decibels capture each rainy day's sound. But what other measures of rain can be found? What do you think? What was that? A flurry of raindrops erupts from the sky. A drizzle? Or is it a storm passing by? Decibels capture each rainy day's sound. But what other measures of rain can be found? Are you ready? Well, let's go. Let's check them out. Let's count all the glistening, silvery drops and measure each paddle with skips and with hops. We'll watch the umbrellas that snap into view or measure the squish of the waterlogged shoe. Yeah, that does sound like fun, doesn't it? From bustling traffic to countryside lanes, our travels can take us through forests and plains. Highway signs measure the distance in miles, but why not in bridges or horses or smiles? I like the sound of that. Yeah, from bustling traffic to countryside lanes, our travels can take us through the forests and plains. Highway signs measure this distance in miles, but why not in bridges or horses or smiles? Yeah. Let's measure our trip by the sense of the breeze, or count every curve as we steer through the trees. We'll savor each laugh we enjoy on the way at goofy surprises that brighten our day. Aw. Yeah. Reminds me of a game I used to play with my kids. Well, I'm sure many kids play it, but would always just count. Sometimes we'd pick a model of a car. Let's say back then, Datsun 120Y, and he would pick maybe a Nissan Bluebird, and we'd see how many of those we'd see in a day, and whoever saw the most won the day. So yeah, but it was a lot of fun. Sometimes we did it on walks, sometimes on drives, sometimes just the whole day as it went by. But you had to have a witness if you saw one, without the other person being there. Let's measure our trip by the sense of the breeze, or count every curve as we steer through the trees. Ooh, savor each laugh as we enjoy on the way at goofy surprises that brighten our day. Yes, bring on those goofy surprises. Nothing delights like the joy of a book. When reading together, curled up in a nook. Minutes fly by with each flip of a page, but stories hold so many ways to engage. Yeah, they do, don't they? Nothing delights like the joy of a book when reading together, curled up in a nook. Minutes fly by with each flip of a page, but stories hold so many ways to engage. Yeah. What are some ways? What can you think of? Oh, yeah. Books are the best, aren't they? We'll measure our time by the tales that unfold, the menacing monsters, the searches for gold, by each roar of laughter, by each tear we cry, by each cheer for heroes who soar through the sky. Yeah. How many laughs do you think we've had in this book already? There we go. Yeah. How are you going to measure this book? Well, another that you're going to read. We'll measure our time by the tales that unfold, the menacing monsters, the searches for gold. By each roar of laughter, by each tear we cry, by each cheer for heroes who soar through the sky. Yeah. Oh. The mightiest branch begins life as a twig. The tiniest child grows from little to big. Each year we mark inches of growth on the wall. But growing means much more than just getting tall. Yeah. So true, isn't it? Yeah, the mightiest branch begins life as a twig. The tiniest child grows from little to big. Each year we mark inches of growth on the wall. But growing means much more than just getting tall. Yeah. Kind of reminds me of a saying in one of the languages in Zambia called Bemba, and it's imiti kula empanga. It means the seedlings of today are the forest of tomorrow. I feel like that fits within with that. How much have we grown? We can measure in reach, or by counting new words that we use in our speech, in how far we jump, in how high we swing, in how we approach what tomorrow will bring. Yeah, those are some good measures of growth, aren't they? Yeah. Look to the heavens, toward Venus or Mars, and gaze at the flashes of twinkling stars. Lumens describe every shimmer of light, but what other measures appear in the night? Let's count every planet aglow in the dark, or seek constellations that flicker and spark. We will find our own star, whether giant or small, a wished upon star that shines brightest of all. Yeah. Aw. Look at the heavens, toward Venus and Mars, and gaze at the flashes of twinkling stars. Lumens describe every shimmer of light, but what other measures appear in the night? Let's count every planet aglow in the dark, or seek constellations that flicker and spark. We will find our own star, whether giant or small, a wished upon star that shines brightest of all. Yeah. Maybe that's something you can do tonight. And I did see the moon again yesterday, and of course this morning as well. And it is brightest right now, I feel like. Our lives are a treasure we measure in years. But why not in friendships, or laughter, or cheers? Or what else? Yeah. Or birthday parties, flying kites, funny movies, starry nights, walking puppies, catching bugs, roller coasters, joyful hugs. Oh, yeah. Our lives are a treasure we measure in years. But why not in friendships, or laughter, or cheers? Or birthday parties, flying kites, funny movies, starry nights, walking puppies, catching bugs, roller coasters, joyful hugs. Oh. Yeah, definitely something to think about, right? Sidewalk hopscotch, hide and seek, skipping stones and across a creek, sleeping over, playing cards, football games in grassy yards. Yeah, so many ways. Ah, playing soccer, riding bikes, beaches, kayaks, taking hikes, summer campouts, fireflies, cotton candy, fond goodbyes. Aw. Oh, love that. Thank you for sharing, Luna. Oh, how fitting, how appropriate, my dear. Yes, indeed. Love it. It is particularly stunning these last couple of days. Our lives overflow with these magical measures and moments of wonder to cherish as treasures. So open your eyes and your heart and your mind. Imagine the marvelous measures you will find. Yeah. Yeah, our lives overflow with these magical measures and moments of wonder to cherish as treasures. So open your eyes and your heart and your mind. Imagine the marvelous measures you will find. Yeah. And I do want to read this author's note here on the systems of measurement. So we're going to do that when we come back from our short break. That is the end of our story today. Thank you so much for joining in for A Treasure of Measures. I hope you enjoyed it. This one coming to us from Mike Downs and Joy Huang Ruiz. And of course, we were reading it with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. We'll be right back after this very short break.
How you doing? This is Jonathan Marshall. I'm author of the books I'll Be Right There, Desert Rain Food, and also on the way, Me and My Kazoo at the Zoo. And you're here with Storytime with Mr. Limata.
Jonathan Marshall brings us so many amazing books, and I want to say he has 4 that are coming out this year that have already been scheduled to come out this year. So excited for that. And hopefully I think we can bring back John Marshall here to Storytime soon and get to have a conversation and find out what he's been up to and all the amazing books that he's creating. But to end our book today, I mean, if you get a chance to get this book, there's so much more in the back as well that the back matter that you can get to read and just get to enjoy, learn more. But here's a little bit that I was going to read together. Systems of measurement. Measuring can be confusing. Since ancient times, people have invented different units of measurement in different parts of the world. In ancient Egypt, the distance from a person's elbow to their wrist or to the tip of their middle finger was a cubit. As you might guess, the measure was not always exact. A foot was another measure that could change. It could be anywhere from 10 inches to 14 inches, depending on which society or even which area you were from. Over the years, having so many different measurement systems became a problem. Today, there are 2 primary systems of measurement, the British imperial system and the metric system. The British imperial system contains a mishmash of measures developed over hundreds of years. Only a few countries in the world still use this system, including the United States of America, Myanmar, and Liberia. Even the British are beginning to switch from their original system of measurement to the metric system, which measures things in multiples of 10. And there's so much more to just explore there. And of course, you can take measurement in so many ways, right? And I was thinking, as I was reading that book this time, and just thinking, like, well, we could measure. What if we measured our lives in the number of Storytime books read together, right? How many have we read together? How many Storytimes have we done together? So yeah, something to think about as well. So thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. And thank you for choosing to be a part of Storytime. Luna, sending you a big hug. I hope you enjoyed that book. And we're back again tomorrow with another exciting book. And this one is called The Keeper of Wild Words. Yes, this one coming from Brooke Smith and Madeline Cloper. I cannot wait to share this one again. Coming to Storytime after a little bit, actually, after a while. It's been a while since we brought this one here to Storytime. So, join us, and I hope that you enjoyed The Keeper of Wild Words. A beautiful lesson in there as well. And of course, time spent together. Beautiful, beautiful book. Cannot wait to share. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. One more time, Luna. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you for joining in and enjoy that moon, that full moon out there. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. And please do stay warm out there in freezing Ohio. And of course, if you're in the Bay too, it is cold by our standards. So be sure to grab a jacket and just be aware of what the weather will be like. If you're going to be outdoors, be sure to have a jacket, be sure to have those layers and maybe a beanie too to go. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. I absolutely appreciate you. And wherever else you are, I hope that you're able to just quickly check that weather before you go out so you are prepared. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. And yes, appreciate all the wonderful books that we get to share together. Appreciate the moments that we get to share together. And of course, every single one is one I hold dearly. And I will see you again tomorrow when we're back with another amazing story, The Keeper of Wild Words. Come and join this one and enjoy with me. Thank you so much for being here. Biggest of hugs, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely. Won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely. Won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing. Read me all of the stories. Read me all of the stories. Some with people who look like me, others very different from the way that I look and think. Read me all of the stories. Read me all of the stories. Some stories from far away, others right here in my neighborhood. Story time. Ooh. Story time. Story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely. Won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely. Won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing.